Andrew Tate has been arrested, but the official narrative makes no sense.
I think this is 99% certain that the Tate brothers will not be free tomorrow.
The only reason I'm upset by being cancelled is because I've expired one of my lives.
The self-proclaimed top G and former kickboxer Andrew Tate got arrested last year for human trafficking. As one of the most divisive personalities of 2022, his arrest caused a lot of stir. Enough for Elon Musk to have a thing or two to say. But is Elon Musk truly against Tate? Or does he have an ulterior motive in this situation? Watch till the end, because today we will tell you exactly what Tate did to anger Elon Musk. If you didn't hear about the epic argument between Greta Thunberg and Andrew Tate on Twitter that led to Tate's eventual arrest, congratulations! You are one of the most unbothered people on the earth. The back and forth between climate activist Greta Thunberg and Andrew Tate was perhaps one of the highlights of 2022 as the year came to a close. What made it more surprising was the later arrest of Tate by the Romanian authorities as he was enjoying a stay in his Romanian warehouse. Unfortunately, his little brother Tristan Tate got caught up in the mix and was arrested along with him. Tate had explained that part of the reason he had moved to Romania was because the police were less likely to pursue any sexual allegation charges against him. Funny how that turned out. Initially, the brothers were only kept in custody for 24 hours, as the Romanian authorities held the brothers as suspects in an alleged organized crime ring that exploited women. But the brothers were detained even longer as the investigation continued. He and his brother were jailed along with 2 Romanian suspects, and all 4 of them have continued to deny the charges. Every attempt by Tate and his legal team to get him released has been met with stiff opposition, despite the fact that he and his brother have not been officially charged with anything yet. He was initially detained for just 24 hours, but the detention was later extended by 30 days in December and was extended again to February 27 because the brothers were deemed dangerous. Meanwhile, the brothers' assets in Romania have been seized, forcing them to remain in the country till further notice. You would expect that within detention, the self-proclaimed top G would put his head to the ground, trying to figure out the next steps and find a way out of this mess. But you would be wrong to think that. Tate hasn't shied away from using social media despite his detention, and gives his followers an update on the situation every once in a while. Not too long after his arrest, the influencer commented on the situation from his Twitter account, saying the Matrix sent their agents, and later on added, the Matrix will only tell you what the Matrix needs you to believe. But this isn't the first time the ex-kickboxer has talked about the Matrix. When he is not making misogynistic comments about women or giving some controversial takes on pressing issues, he is talking about how people are being brainwashed by none other than the Matrix. He has never fully explained who or what the Matrix is, but he has suggested several times that the powers that be are hell-bent at targeting free thinkers or speakers like himself and silencing them. And if you are wondering where you have heard the term before, it was taken from a popular franchise that goes by the same name, where the minds of everyone were controlled by machines. But this claim was taunted by none other than Elon Musk. While everyone was wondering what Tate was talking about this time, Musk had a clever response to the influencer and tweeted a meme straight out of the movie Tate was referring, with the meme saying, "What if I told you the only way to escape the Matrix is to unlearn everything that you have been taught and rebuild your entire belief system based on critical thought and analysis?" And soon after, it was circulated that the pizza box in Tate's video was what led to his arrest by giving away his location. Twitter's eccentric owners still poke some fun at the top G, saying sometimes it's just better to make pizza at home. He's clearly enjoying the fact that someone else is making the headlines for a change. But his arrest wasn't the only reason why Tate was making the headlines. Well, it was the reason for the most part, but many of his die-hard followers, or those who had heard his talks on masculinity, found it hard to believe that he could be arrested so easily. He might be tagged as misogynist, but no one could say Tate wasn't a smart man, and recent footage making rounds on social media proves that point. In the video, Tate was seen talking about his social media cancellation across all platforms before Elon Musk reinstated his Twitter account, and what Tate said then has got everyone talking. In the podcast, he explained that his cancellation on social media marked the end of one of their 3 lives, and the next step for the Matrix was to make up a reason to put him in jail and end up killing him if that didn't work. Crazy, isn't it? No one can be too sure whether or not Tate saw the arrest coming or how long he is going to remain detained in Romania. But the one thing we can agree on is that Tate's influence is extensive, and it is fair to say many are still searching for videos of him or coming to his defense despite his arrest. In fact, his video has already been watched over 11 billion times and counting. So if you haven't watched any of his videos yourself, it is hard not to see others talking about him or see some news about stuff he said or didn't say. But what exactly attracted boys to him? Was it his fast lifestyle that drew them in? Or his divisive comments, especially on women? With his messages, he became a man that a lot of young men started to look up to, and parents and school teachers have lamented about the influence he is having on the younger generation. One school in West London even went as far as banning students from saying his name anywhere on campus. Another school prepared an extensively detailed PowerPoint presentation just to address the messages of Andrew Tate. Who else has commanded such attention on social media today apart from Elon Musk? Boys as young as 11 has started to pick up on Tate's sexist views, especially about women, and teachers have reported a rise in sexual harassment incidents at school, which could be directly linked to Andrew Tate's influence on the boys. His newly founded school of masculinity, called Hustler University, which he claims teaches people how to make money, mainly consists of young teenage boys who are dazzled by Tate's fleet of supercars and flashy lifestyle. Now, there's nothing wrong in trying to make money or be successful, but he seems to make these impressionable teenage boys think that if they follow Tate's formula for success to the T, they too would be successful. But many just believe that he has a message young men don't get these days with the rise of feminism. Andrew Tate airs views that no one else would say, regardless of how controversial they are. And when you combine that with his extravagant lifestyle, most boys can't help but see him as an icon, an alpha male, or top G as he describes himself. But now that he is locked up, are we ever going to see him again? For someone who hasn't been charged, Tate along with his brother Tristan are facing the harshest form of punishment. His detention has been extended for the third time by the Romanian authorities because his wealth makes him a flight risk. The authorities investigating Tate also claim that they have found the 6 alleged victims who were mentally coerced, sexually exploited, and physically attacked by the brothers, and Tate was deemed too dangerous to be released. If he was released while investigation was still going on, the brothers would coerce the victims even more and possibly silence them. They were previously expected to be released on February 21st, but it was later extended to March 29th because prosecutors are allowed to extend the detention of suspects for up to 180 days. That timeline is almost up, and if no charges are formally brought against the brothers, we may see Tate back on social media much sooner than we think. But if the police do decide to press charges, Andrew Tate could face up to 15 years in prison if he is found guilty. Whether or not the social media influencer will make it out of this unscathed is something we are all waiting to see.